Good day everyone. Today we discuss about communication aids and strategies using tools of technology. Before that, I will introduce myself and my group mates. My name is Jiramil B. Katubig and my group mates are Carlito Rodriguez Jr., Mary Joyce Hubrian, Lucy Basi, and Faith Tulabe. And first, we discuss about learning outcome. After the discussion, we will be able to convey ideas through oral, audiovisual, and or web-based presentations for different target audiences. The second is to determine the various presentations that are commonly used. The third is to evaluate different strategies in preparing and using this media when communicating. And lastly, apply strategies in making digital slides. In previous lessons, we understand why there is need for human to communicate. They do support certain purposes. To achieve those purposes, communication strategies will be used to obtain, provide, and disseminate information. We are already known how communication changed drastically with the aid of technology. So it's important for people to take to account every aspect how they are relaying information, and this is where communication strategies come to play. The next slide is all about technology-based communication aids, and these are the following. First, text messaging. Second is a social media. Social media is like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and etc. The third is video conferencing, like live. This includes two or more people, especially in Zoom. And now, we use a Google Meet in our online class. It is also called a video conference. The next is email. Email is a distributed message, or we call this an electronic mail. The next is video presentation. Video presentation is segregated slides. And lastly, a PowerPoint presentation like this is a common tool in academic presentation and business presentation. What is communication aids? Communication aids are visual support used to make presentation interesting and effective. It is a great help to present ideas clearly by highlighting the significant information. A communication aid is anything that helps an individual communicate more effectively with those around him. Communication aids meaning to say it makes a person better in terms of communicating itself. For example, the person will be able to understand more clear what the person's thought about. Communication aids are often referred to as augmentative or alternative communication. Augmentative communication is when you add something to your speech. Sign language, pictures, a little more. This can make your message clearer to your listener. Alternative communication is when you are not able to speak.
People with severe speech or language impairment that impacts on their communication success may be supported by using communication aids. And that's actually mean of communication aids in the first place, and it can be form of chart and symbols. And also tools of technology in communication, especially this one, the digital aids, wherein always rely on the technology. So using technology is, it can help us. So the next is the communication aids examples. First is PowerPoint. PowerPoint offers users many ways to display information from simple to complex multimedia presentations. Second, Prezi, a visual storytelling software alternative to traditional slide-based presentation formats. Third, LinkedIn, SlideShare. Users can upload files privately or publicly in PPT, Word, PDF, or open document format. Content can then be viewed on the site itself on handheld devices or embedded on other sites. Fourth, BrainChart provides a web-based applications and products delivered via software as a service to help companies improve sales, effectiveness, and productivity. And the last is TED.com, an American media organization that posts talks online for free distribution under the slogan "Ideas Worth Spreading." So these are the different kinds of communication aids. So these are the examples of communication aids.
Characteristics of multimedia presentation. Multimedia presentations are visually oriented. That means displayed on a monitor or projected onto a screen. They allow users to use different modalities such as video, animation, text, graphics, audio, and photography. We have social features of computer-based presentations. We have custom navigation, printouts, and uploadable. When we speak about custom navigation, linking between slides to other media and to the internet. And when we speak printouts, can be made into hard copy printouts or transparencies. When we speak about uploadable, can be uploaded to the web. And we move to strategies using tools of technology. We need to keep it simple, emphasize your key ideas, show what you can see, use close-up shots and other images, keep the number of images you present manageable. Combine variety with coherence. And of course, we need to use large lettering and be able to the audience, they can see it clearly or read it clearly. We have multimedia presentation tips. One is go for creativity. When we speak about creativity, we need to create our own design, or we need to try different combinations. And number two, we have colors to make it beautiful. We need to use colors as are beautiful, and we need to know the blends. And number three, use good fonts. We have number four, text is evil, meaning to say, that means too many text in one slide. Sometimes it irritates to the eyes of our audience. And images say more than 1,000 words. It should be the image speaks already. And then big is beautiful. That means to say, think big, think loud. And infographics are amazing. Use simple infographics or just make it simple. And then the last one, get inspired. Always we have to remember why we are doing this, and it can be inspired.
Things to remember: 10 to 20 to 30 roll, 10 slides, 20 minutes, 30 font size, 1 to 6 roll, 1 main idea, 6 bullets, 6 words per bullet, 7 to 7 roll, 7 lines, 7 words, 9 piece. Prior proper preparation prevents poor performance of the person putting on the presentation. Next is effective communication strategies. One is imbibe leadership role in the communication, providing useful, relevant information to group or individual. Number two is determine key messages areas. Developing clear, memorable messages are critical to effective communications. Determining what your most important message is. So, imbibe leadership role in communication. Okay, let's an example. We are talking about this topic, English. So, information should always be about English, about math, about Filipino, math being relevant English topic. So, like being not clear, memorable messages, especially to your audience, are actually critical
in the terms of effective communications because that is where they can easily understood. On the first place, there will be no confusion at all. So, developing your messages. So, one is identify your target audience. Consider your audience. So, one is level of knowledge or awareness. So, consider your audience's level of knowledge or awareness. On the first place, the level of knowledge is not on the same level. So, number two is perspective. Perspective point of view, and also we should anticipate. So, number three is possible barriers to understanding. So, in terms of the study like noise, the environmental noise, where it might affect the communication as well. So, number two, focus on your objective. So, that's why purposive communication on the first place. So, meaning to say, before you start, always remember your objective always. So, number three is relevant. This is how to be relevant. So, this is how to be relevant, very important to be relevant for the audience. There will be no miscommunication with no confusion. So, number four is be clear and concise. So, also be clear and concise, class. It means your statement should be brief, but at the same time, it is really meaningful because that is what concise after all. So, number five, be consistent to the points you make. So, the really important in terms of communication so that in the audience, part it will make the more clear, especially in the terms of understanding. That's why should state the understanding the point of the first place.
That